Hey guys, I'm Nadeya from 3S Yoga. Thanks for joining us today in Vinyasa. We're going to start out seated. So make your way into a cozy seated position. And let yourself melt down wherever you are, whatever position you're in. Let yourself settle. Let the shoulders relax and get heavy. Let the forehead relax and relax and relax. Bring some space between the back teeth and slow down your breath. Feel it move through the nose, into the chest, and all the way down into the belly. And reverse it as it leaves the belly, the chest, and out of the nose. If you'd like to dedicate your practice or set an intention for class today, allow that to seep in right now into your being. Since you have no one to look at, feel free to keep your eyes closed for this next part. Staying up nice and straight with the torso, take the right ear over towards the right shoulder. Keep the jaw and the forehead relaxed, and let the left elbow get heavy to pull the left shoulder down a little bit deeper. See where you feel the sensations, and inhale into that space, and as you exhale, imagine that space releasing a little bit more. Now move the left shoulder back an inch and down an inch. The left hand can drop down by the side or it can stay on your leg, whatever you prefer. Keep the breath slow. Now keeping your ear towards the right shoulder, just bring your head forward about 10 degrees and then roll it back about 10 degrees. Forward and back, nice and slow. Anywhere you feel an intense sensation, pause there for a moment. Take a complete inhale into that space and a complete exhale, releasing it. You're doing beautiful. Just stay slow. And now nice and slowly bring the head back up towards the center. If the left hand is by the side, bring it up to the thigh. Relax the jaw. Take note of the different sides of the neck and how it feels. And then take the left ear over towards the left shoulder. Keep the torso up nice and straight, lifting as the ear drops over, getting into the right side of the neck. Let the right elbow get heavy to pull the right shoulder down. Slow the breath. The right shoulder moves back an inch and down another, noticing how one little movement can make a really big change. And then 10 degrees forward and about 10 degrees back, just rolling the head on the left side. Any place of deep sensation, pause there and take a full round of breath in that space, releasing, and continue moving. Nice and gently bring the head back up towards the center and let the shoulders relax both down. Keeping the head upright, take an inhale, and on the exhale, glance over the right shoulder. Inhale back towards the center, and exhale over, looking over the left shoulder. Inhale, center, exhale to the right, and exhales to the left. Going at your own pace, inhaling every time you move back through center. Stay nice and slow. It's about your pace. And come back through the middle. Inhale, lift the shoulders all the way up to the ears, nice and tight. Open the mouth for a big exhale, drop the shoulders. Walking the hands forward, making your ways up into a tabletop position. Hands under the shoulders, knees underneath the hips, taking cat-cow. You're going to drop the belly as you lift the top of the head and the tailbone up towards the sky, inhaling. And exhaling, the tailbone tilts down, the belly and the back of the chest lift up, the head drops down, shoulders move towards the chest, exhaling. Inhale, drop the belly, tailbone and the head lift. Let the shoulders pull back towards the hips. And exhale, the tailbone moves down, the head drops down, the belly and the heart pull up. Press hard into the hands to feel the shoulder blades separating and getting a nice stretch out there. Inhale, drop the belly down, glance up. Exhale, tailbone and head drop into cat pose. Taking one breath per movement at your own pace. Let's meet back up in a neutral tabletop position. Let the right leg extend back behind you, then cross it over to the left and put it on the ground so it's on the outside of the left foot. Glance over at the right foot. So the left shoulder is moving over towards the left hip, getting a nice stretch on the right side body. Press into the hands so you're not dropping down into the shoulders, and continue to breathe. Make the way back through center. You're switching sides, the left leg extends back, cross it over to the right, and then glance over at it. Rainbow shape on the left side body as the inner right side body pulls in, shoulder moving towards the hip. Beautiful work. Come back through the center. Walk the hands about 6 inches forward to tuck the toes. Lift the knees and the hips back into downward facing dog. And wiggle it out. Move the hips around. Bend one knee and then the other. Opposite heels pressing down. Anything that feels good for you as you explore the back side of the body. The hips, the hamstrings, the calves, the low back. How does it feel? Move or be still. It's your class. And come to stillness. You're going to inhale forward into a plank position. So your hands shouldn't really have to move much to go from plank into down dog. Your plank is about the length of a down dog. So inhale into plank. Exhale, down dog. Let the hips pull back as the heels press down. Inhale into plank. Pause. Exhale, press back into down dog. Heels press down, hips pull back. Inhale, rolling forward, undulating the spine into plank. Exhale, pull the inner thighs back, pull the hips back, press the heels back, down dog. You have about 30 seconds to do this on your own, inhaling forward and exhaling back. Find your own breath and movement, your own pace. Find stillness in your down dog. Come up onto the tippy toes and take little itty bitty steps all the way up to the top of the mat into ragdoll. I want a nice big bend in your knees so your torso can rest on the thighs. Your belly is on the thighs. That helps you release the mid back and the shoulders instead of the low back. So once it's resting, it tells your spine it's okay to release. Grab the elbows if you'd like. And either let the elbows get heavy as you create more space between the shoulders and the arms and let the head dangle, and or rock side to side, getting some movement in the back. Come to the middle, release the hands down, start to straighten the legs out. And as you straighten them, move the hips forward towards the balls of the feet, glancing towards the knees. Opening up the low back as you glance to the knees, and as you shift the hips forward, you're opening the hamstrings. It's okay to have a bend in the knees if this is too much. Bring the fingers to the shins as you inhale, halfway lift, elongate the spine. The tailbone pulls back as the top of the head pulls forward. Exhale, forward fold. Fold into yourself, let the hips glide forward. Inhale, halfway lift, flat spine, moving in opposition. Exhale, folding forward, hips glide forward. Inhale, fingers to the shins as you inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, folding all the way forward. Inhale, reverse swan dive all the way up to standing, reaching up to the sky. And exhale, bring the hands down to the heart. Recheck in with your dedication or intention in Tadasana. Arms are by the side, palms face forward. Relax the jaw, relax the forehead. We're moving into the A series with 3 half lifts when we're in our forward fold on both ends of the A series. Inhale, reach the arms up to the sky. Exhale, hinge forward to fold towards the earth. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, fold down. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold, palms down, step back into plank. Pause for a moment. Press into the middle finger, index finger, and thumb. Let the inside of the elbow start to look forward as the triceps wrap back. One more big inhale. Exhale, shoulders shift forward, elbows bend, chaturanga, elbows hug the ribs. Inhale, upward facing dog, tops of the feet move to the ground, shoulder heads press back. Exhale, downward facing dog. Bring a little bend into the knees so the hips can pull back, elongating the spine, and then press the heels down as the inner thighs pull back. Bend the knees, glance forward, step or hop towards the forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold, forward fold. Inhale, flat spine, lift. Exhale, fold, hips move forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold, release the low back. Reverse swan dive all the way up to standing. Reach up to the sky right away. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold, soak in the fold. Inhale, halfway lift, elongate the spine. Exhale, soak in the fold. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, chaturanga, step or jump back. The elbows are hugging the ribs. The shoulders glide forward and down. Inhale, upward facing dog. Shoulder heads pull back, opening up the heart. Exhale, downward facing dog. Pull the shoulders away from the thumbs. Pull the hips away from the thumbs. Press the heels away from the hips. Bend the knees, look forward, step or hop to the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. 2 more times. Inhale. Exhale, fold. Inhale, half lift, elongate. Exhale, fold closer to yourself. All the way up to standing, reach up towards the sky. Right away, exhale, forward fold. Last round of the A series. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold into yourself. Beautiful. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold into the self. Weight moves towards the balls of the feet. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step or jump. Take your vinyasa, chaturanga, up dog and down dog, meeting in down dog. It's always okay to skip a vinyasa. It's always okay to put your knees down in your down dog. Bend the knees, look forward, step or hop to the top of the mat. 3 inhales and 3 exhales, halfway lift and lowering at your own pace. In your last forward fold, just stay there as we wait for everyone. Releasing the low back, slowing the breath, reconnecting with intention, or just slowing down, checking in on how you feel. Walk it out, give a little bit of movement in the knees, let the hips sway side to side, a little second of exploration. Who's ready for the B series? Sit back into a chair, inhale, reach the arms up, the hips move down and back. Exhale, forward fold. 1 halfway lift. And exhale, chaturanga, lowering down, keeping the elbows over the wrists. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. The right leg extends back behind you and it pulls back. And the exhale brings the knee towards the nose. Step the feet between the hands. Inhale, reaching up into warrior one. Stay in warrior one for an exhale. Stay here, inhale. Exhale, releasing down, step through plank vinyasa. Left leg extends back, step it between the hands. Inhale, lifts you up into warrior one, pause. Exhale, sealing down the back of the right foot. One more inhale. Release the hands down, step back into plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Pause in your down dog. Press into the middle finger, the index finger, and the thumb, and the space between the index finger and the thumb. This is going to help your wrists. You'll notice if you put your hands in the weight in the pinky side of the hand, what it's going to do to the wrist. So if you press it all the way to the middle, you're going to feel it strengthening instead of getting out of whack. Bend the knees and look forward, step or hop to the top of the mat. Inhale, elongate the spine, and exhale, fold into yourself. This should feel good by now. And then you sit back into chair on the inhale. This might not feel quite as good. Pause here. The weight moves into the heels. You should be able to wiggle the toes a little bit side to side. The toes are facing forward, and the inner thighs roll towards each other and down. Relax the jaw, slow the breath. One more round, one breath per movement. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Right leg extends back. Exhale, the footsteps between the hands. Inhale, up into warrior one. And exhale, right away, step back, take your vinyasa. Chaturanga, inhale. Upward facing dog, exhale, downward facing dog. Left leg pulls and extends back. Exhale, step it between the hands. Inhale, lift the arms up, warrior one, you're strong. Exhale, release it down, take your vinyasa, chaturanga, up dog, down dog. We'll meet in downward facing dog. Let the right leg lift up behind you. The left heel is pressing down as the right heel is pulling back. Relax the jaw. Let the left thigh press back towards the left hamstring and press the left heel down again. Shift the shoulders over the wrists as the back knee moves towards the nose. Press into the hands. The right knee lifts a little higher. Let the belly pull in towards the back. Let the back of the heart lift out of the chest. Keep the breath. One more big inhale. Exhale, step the foot between the hands. Inhale, crescent pose. The back heel is staying up. All toes are facing forward. If you need more balance, take the right foot a little bit out towards the right. Fingers are lifting up towards the sky, and the shoulders are moving down towards the ground. The biceps are in line with the ears, and the jaw is relaxing. Bring a nice bend into the back knee so the right hip can hug in towards the middle as the left hip shifts forward. And then the upper hip points lift up towards the ribs as the tailbone starts to point down. And then you can play with straightening the back leg, keeping that position in the hips and the low back. Bring the hands towards the heart. You're going to start to shift halfway forward, just like a half lift. So the torso is going to come forward. Nothing changes with the legs, but the belly is trying to be parallel to the ground. So the right hip is still hugging in. Let the left hip drop down a little bit. And even though you're halfway down and the belly might be touching the thigh, try to pull the belly up off the leg as the chest shifts forward. You have the option to keep your hands at the heart or reach them forward to the front of the room. And inhale, lift up, back into crescent pose. Hands at the heart or reaching to the sky. Exhale, coming halfway forward into a flat spine, parallel to the ground. Inhaling all the way back up into crescent. Come back halfway forward. Inhale back up into Crescent. And this time you're going to come about a 45-degree angle so that the heel and the head are in a nice straight line. I want you to press really hard into the right foot and let the inner thighs pull towards each other, being really, really strong. And you're going to start to shift forward. So you press into the right foot, pull the inner thighs together, moving into Warrior 3, lift the back leg up off the ground, moving the heel so it's still in line with the torso as you make a T shape, with the leg being the base of the T and the left leg and the torso being the top of the T. Let the outer right hip hug in as the left hip drops down. The left hip drops down as the left heel lifts up. Notice if you're collapsing into the front thigh, lift the belly in as you lengthen the chest forward. You're picturing crescent pose, so start to bend the front knee as the left leg steps all the way back. Inhale up into crescent pose. Bring the hands into a prayer. We're taking a twist, so take the left elbow to the outside of the right thigh. The arms are perpendicular to the ground, so they're stacking elbow on top of elbow. Relaxing the jaw. The palms press together as the sternum lifts up towards the chest. If it hurts to look up, look down. We did all that neck relaxation, so make sure you're doing something that feels good. And let the left hip drop down again, but the left thigh is lifting as the left heel is pressing back and the chest is pulling forward. Slow the breath. We're going to be taking twisted half moon, so glance about 1.5 feet forward in front of the right foot. And you're going to take the left hand to where that spot is, or onto a block there, and reach the right hand up to the sky as the back leg lifts up. So the back of the body is in a Warrior 3 position. The right hand is reaching up towards the sky and the left hand is down. If this is too much, just take the right hand down to the ground and take standing splits. Keep breathing. Release the top hand down towards the ground if you haven't already into standing splits. Play with shifting the weight forward towards the ball of the foot even though the left leg is still up. Now you're going to take the left ankle and bring it down towards the ground, but cross the left ankle behind the right ankle. So it's like you're in a forward fold, but the legs are crossed with the left leg behind. And then take some movements forward and back, side to side, finding the place of the best sensation that might be intense or something that you need to stretch. Or if you don't want that today, don't do that. And find a place to be still and breathe. Uncross the feet into a forward fold. We're doing 3 halfway lifts again. Bring the fingers to the shins. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, big exhale, fold into yourself, hips glide forward. Inhale, halfway lift, pull the belly in as the spine lengthens forward. Exhale, folding. One more time, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Place the palms down, step back into plank, optional vinyasa, or just go to down dog. Let the left leg extend back behind you as the right heel presses down and the right thigh pulls back. Press into the big toe side of the right foot. Start to shift the weight forward, shoulders over the wrists, bring the left knee to the nose. Press into the hands so you can lift the belly and lift the shoulders, pulling the knee closer to the nose and higher up. Step the foot between the hands as you inhale, come into crescent pose. Neutralizing the hips, elongating the spine as the tailbone drops, releasing the low back. Play with the straightness of the back leg. Find out what the right spot for you is. And then enjoy this pose. You can bring the fingers to the heart or leave them extended overhead. We're going to be coming halfway forward and up. So bringing the torso halfway forward, pause there. Let the left outer hip hug in as the chest pulls forward and the belly absorbs towards the spine as it lifts away from the thigh, still staying parallel to the ground. Inhale, lengthen up into crescent pose. Exhale, halfway forward. Inhale up into crescent pose. Exhale halfway forward. Inhale up into crescent pose. Hands at the heart or overhead. Start to shift at a 45-degree angle so your torso and your back heel are in a line. Press into the left front foot. Let the inner thighs squeeze towards each other. And as you start to shift the weight forward, you're going to lift the back leg off the ground into Warrior 3. You're trying to keep a straight line between the head and the heel. So sometimes people drop their torso a little bit too far. So you're letting the belly absorb towards the back and the head and the heel are pulling in opposition. Picture crescent, starting to bend the left leg, step the right foot all the way back. Inhale into crescent pose. Bring the hands into a prayer. Take the right elbow to the outside of the left thigh for a nice twist. Lifting the chest up towards the thumbs. Letting the left hip move back and in. It's kind of scooching back towards the right ankle. That gives space for the right hip to drop down a little bit, but the right thigh lifts up a little bit and the right heel presses back. Relax the jaw and the forehead. Tell the face, yo, chill out. We're having fun. Making our way into twisted half moon, glance about 1.5 feet in front of you. And as you start to shift forward, the back leg is going to lift up as the front arm moves about 1.5 feet right to where you are looking. Left arm reaches up to the sky, or it can stay on the small of the back, whatever feels good. You can glance down to the ground, or you can play with balance and glance up towards the sky. If you don't like this, come meet us in standing splits. If you're in half moon, twisted, just stay and breathe for a second. Great balance, great focus, everyone. Release the top hand down to the ground into standing splits. Let the right heel lift a little bit more. Shift the weight towards the front of the left foot. Next up is we're taking the right ankle into a forward fold, but you're moving the right foot behind the left ankle. So both feet are on the ground. You're just crossing the right behind the left. Starting to sway and move. Find a place to be still and breathe. Uncross the ankles. 3 halfway lifts. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, shifting forward as you fall into the self. Inhale, halfway lift. Keep the weight in the balls of the feet as you exhale, fold into the self. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold into your intention or dedication, staying in the forward fold. Step the left foot all the way back. We're coming to the lizard. So step the left foot nice and far back into a runner's lunge, and then scooch the right foot over towards the right side of the mat so both hands can come in between on the right side of the right leg. Drop the back knee down and untuck the toes, and then scooch the left knee back a scooch or two just to bring the weight off the knee and shift it a little bit more forward into the front of the thigh. And then you can stay up high or you can lower down onto the forearms. And breathe. Slow it down. So much of the day, we let our breath just do whatever we want. But when we're on our mat, we can really focus on controlling our breath instead of letting the breath take control over you. Learning how to slow it down. When we're sped up and going like crazy, how to stop and slow it down. If you're loving this pose, stay right here. Otherwise, if you're down on the forearms and you want to come up onto the hands, you can take the right hand to the right inner thigh and press the right inner thigh out. So you come onto the pinky side of the right foot. You can see the bottom of the right foot. You're reading the sole of your foot like a book. Let the hips get heavy. The left hip drops down. And then if you want a quad stretch, you bend the left knee, moving the foot towards the butt, taking the right hand around to grab the ankle. Let the right shoulder move forward to pull the ankle closer to the booty. Lift the chest up. Release the hand down, release the foot, tuck the toes under, lift the back knee up. We're coming forward into a forward fold, bringing the feet back together. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Step the right foot all the way back into a runner's lunge. Move the left foot out towards the left as the hands come inside of the left foot. Drop the right knee down, untuck the right toes. Scooch the right knee back a scooch or two. Come down onto the forearms or stay up high. If you're staying up high, I like to come onto the fists to keep my weight from pressing down on my wrist too much and lift the chest forward. If you're coming down onto the forearms, just let yourself curl in. Either way, slow it down. If you want to stay here, stay here. Otherwise, come up onto the hands, take the left hand to the left inner thigh and press it open so much that the foot lifts up just so the pinky side of the foot is on the ground and you can see the bottom of the left foot. Let the hips get heavy. Move the right heel towards the butt as the left hand reaches back to grab onto the ankle. The left shoulder can press forward, pulling the foot a little bit closer, getting deeper into the quad. Releasing the leg, tuck the toes under, lift the back knee up. You're stepping back forward into a forward fold. 3 more halfway lifts. Inhaling halfway up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. You know what you're doing. Exhale, fold. 1 more halfway lift. And exhale, fold. Pause in your forward fold. Let the chin move towards the chest as the head gets heavy. You did beautiful work today. Slowly stack vertebrae by vertebrae up to a standing position, back into Tadasana. We're ending in a standing Savasana today, Tadasana. Let the shoulders relax down as the palms shine forward. And let the head gently move side to side as the shoulders relax down and the jaw becomes light. Now we're going to start to make an infinity sign with the nose. So bring the nose down towards the right shoulder. Lift it up towards the right sky. Drop it diagonally down towards the left shoulder and lift it up towards the left sky. And keep that motion going. You can even pick a color if you would like to paint a color through the sky. Relax the jaw. And start to make smaller circles. Find different size circles, infinity signs, figure eights that you'd like to make. Letting the head start to feel weightless. And taking your time, making it smaller and smaller and smaller until it's so small that you're still. Allow quietness and peace to wash over you. Feel the wind or the air on your skin. You are exactly where you're supposed to be. Your spirit chose your beautiful body to exist in. You showing up today is showing your spirit that you care about the body and the home that it chose. Allowing the mind to quiet and the heart to soften as you take a moment to just exist. Bring the hands into a prayer to the forehead for the right thoughts, to the mouth for the right words, and to the heart for the right actions. Thank you guys for showing up today and for trusting me to lead you in your practice. It's my pleasure to be here. Namaste means that the spirit and the light in me sees, acknowledges, and respects the spirit and the light in you. And even though I can't see you, I do respect every spirit and every human, and I acknowledge and see you. Namaste.